You are listening to Realign Your Life podcast, where I discuss with you strategies on how to realign your life and move towards the direction you always want to. I am Vivian, the host of this podcast, and every week I will bring value on how to improve and realign your life either through a guest or my thoughts. I can't wait to share what we have this week. It's time to realign your life. Well, hello, and thank you for once again joining me on Realign Your Life podcast. This is Vivian, the host of this show, and I am so excited to have you join with me today. Well, this is an exciting time and a time for me to take a big exhale. We have just come back from the 6th annual God's Kind of Woman annual retreat. And boy, did we have an exhilarating time. Wish you could have been there with us. Well, the theme of this year's retreat was the true value of a woman. You were designed for greatness and purpose. And boy, did we have a deep dive into that. Well, we had a wonderful, wonderful leader for the workshop with us, or for the retreat with us this year. And that was Karen Steers. And Karen is a longtime friend of mine and did a tremendous job in helping us to really deep dive into our God-given strengths. We were able to address the uniqueness, essence, diversity, and the individuality of us as women. And boy, what an eye-opener that was. It was all about how cultivating self-acceptance and compassion for ourselves would allow us to embrace our imperfections, but also to focus in on our God-given strengths. We actually heard about a woman in the Bible who lived outside of her cultural and religious standards and boundaries for that day, and yet was able to step into her greatness and purpose. So we all know that in this journey of life, we find ourselves at crossroads. And when we reach those crossroads, we are really yearning for realignment. I find myself there often, and I don't know about you, but as we go through the various seasons of our lives, this is often where we are going to land, whether it is due to unexpected challenges, spiritual growth, spiritual awakening, or personal growth. The need to reassess and realign is really a common thread in our human experience. Yet, and that's a wonderful yet, amidst all of this confusion and uncertainty, there lies a beacon of hope, our God-given strengths. Yes, hallelujah. Each one of us is endowed with unique talents, abilities, and strengths that are as diverse as they are divine. These gifts that are bestowed upon us by a higher power, and my higher power is God Himself, serve as a guiding light in our quest for fulfillment and purpose. Yet, all too often, we overlook and underestimate these innate qualities, often focusing on our perceived shortcomings or the expectations of others. But what if instead of dwelling on our weaknesses, we chose to embrace and harness our God-given strengths as we realign our lives? What if we dared to believe that these strengths are not random accidents, but rather intentional blessings designed to empower us on our journey? Wow, what if? So let's look at this. The first step towards realignment begins with self-awareness, a deep, honest examination of our strengths, weaknesses, passions, and values. Take the time to reflect on the times when you felt most alive, most fulfilled, most really like yourself. What were you doing? What strengths were you employing? These moments were not or are not mere coincidences. I do not believe that anything happens by coincidence. They are glimpses into the very essence of who you are and what you were meant to be. And once we have recognized and identified our God-given strengths, the next step is to cultivate and to nurture them. Just as a gardener tends to the soil to ensure a bountiful harvest, so too must we cultivate our strengths through practice, learning, and growth. Seek out opportunities to use your strengths to serve others, whether through your work, your relationships, or volunteering in your community. As you do this, not only will you experience a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment, but you'll also inspire and uplift those that are around you. Of course, the path to realignment is not always easy or straightforward, but you know what? That's life. And you know, life can become and oftentimes is messy, but it's all we got. There will be obstacles to overcome, doubts to conquer, and fears to face. But remember, you're not alone on this journey. Draw strength from your faith, your community, and the knowledge that you are walking in alignment with your divine purpose. I want you to also remember that God said that He would never leave us nor forsake us. So we are not walking alone ever. And that is such a good and a comforting thought. As you grow in your faith, you will come to the point and to the place where you really, really do believe that. Well, in the words of the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4:13, he says, I can do all things, not some things, but all things through God who strengthens me. And that not only applies to Paul, but it also applies to you and to me and to everyone. So you too, my friend, as you embrace and leverage your God-given strengths in the noble pursuit of realignment, you can do all things through Him who strengthens you. For in so doing this, you will not only sense and discover your purpose and fulfillment, but you'll also become a beacon of light and hope to all who come across your path. So I hope that you take this in earnest. And remember, I think I've shared with you before, there are so many assessments out there that you can take to really focus in on what your strengths are. Talk to others. And there are people that are in your immediate in close circles that would say to you, hey, you are really good at this. Or, you know what? I noticed that you do this with just so ease. It just looks like it becomes second nature for you. So that is one of your strengths. Or you can always go online and take a strength assessment. At the retreat, we used the Strength Finder in order to assess our top 5 strengths, even though it gets more and more into detail. And you can go back online and really find out and grow in knowing more and really fine tuning those strengths. So hopefully the next time you will be able to join us on the next retreat. So stay tuned to find out when that will be. But coming in September, we will be having our next quarterly prayer breakfast for God's kind of woman, and you will not want to miss that. So thank you again for joining me on Realigning Your Life. And remember, you were designed for greatness and purpose. So until the next episode, stay strong and peace. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift that you could give me is to share this podcast with family and friends. And don't forget to review it. That way, this podcast will grow organically. If you need to reach out to me, please check out my Facebook page, DM me there, or you can email me at godskow@gmail.com. We have upcoming Bible studies that we would love for you to join us in, or if there is a guest or someone that you would like to see me interview on this podcast, please let me know. We are here to work together to realign our lives. Until the next episode, take care, and I look forward to sharing more and more with you as we realign our lives. Peace until next week.